Welcome back to the Egovernance platform. This show is proudly brought to you by Media Response in collaboration with NITA and First Digital TV. Tonight, we are bringing you a very packed show. We are bringing one of the major technology players in the Ghana e-governance process, IPMC. I have with me Mr. Prabhdeep Narang. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me here. My pleasure.
Okay. Can you please just tell us briefly what your company is all about? What you do, what services do you provide?
Great. I'm sure Ghanaians are already aware about the name IPMC. It's nothing new to them. IPMC is one of the largest IT companies here in Ghana. And it's one of the largest reseller for hardware. When I say hardware, for the layman, it is a machine. But yes, for an end user, it is a computer. And for a big company like a bank or a telecom company, it can be a server. So ranging from a computer to a server, IPMC sells everything, and it's one of the major reseller of IT hardware. Not just selling hardware, IPMC is one of the key players in providing IT education in the country.
Okay.
It has its footprint on more than 19 locations in Ghana, and well,
in Ghana alone, more than 90 locations.
Yes.
Okay.
And well, if somebody wants to learn IT, IPMC is the first name that comes in mind. And well, you can do all the latest certifications ranging from Microsoft, Cisco, all the big brands, all the big vendors in the industry. And well, apart from IT training, it is also providing services, IT services. That includes providing all essential deployments to the various industries ranging from telcos, oil companies, and also the big banks here in the country. Yeah.
What about government, public service, and the other?
Definitely, that was my next point.
Okay.
So IPMC has a key role playing in the government sector. With the starting of this project 2 years back, I remember I was in the country, and I've been with this project since the very beginning. And this has been a key element in bringing development to the country through IPMC. So yes, definitely IPMC plays a vital role in government sector as well. And apart from that, it also has major data center projects that include all deployments like Microsoft technologies ranging from Exchange servers to virtualization, all the data networking and security projects. There's a specialized team in IPMC handling all such major projects. It's called the Enterprise Department.
Okay.
So in a nutshell, I think that's all about IPMC.
Okay. With the banks and the corporate institutions, the telco and other things, they understand technology. They are driven by technology.
Definitely.
So it's not too difficult dealing with them. But you spoke about the government services and things. And we know the issue of legacy systems that are there, the change management issues. What are some of the major challenges or bottlenecks you have dealing with governments as far as maybe these specific projects that you have been working on are concerned?
Well, that's a wonderful question, I must say. As you made a reference to the major companies I mentioned earlier. Well, if a company is bigger are the requirements. If there's something small they can do, they will never call us.
Okay.
They will do it by themselves, because every big company has its own IT team.
Exactly.
But to handle some complex tasks like deployment of some big applications in high available scenario, that is when they have a challenge. And then they need support and services, and then they call us. So that is with the big companies. And now coming down to the government sector. Yeah. Dealing with this project,
even before we move to the government, you just made a point. You see, the corporate institutions, they understand, so they built their teams.
Yes.
In the government service, I believe that the story is different. So
Well,
in terms of human resource, the technical expertise in the government services, so what specifically are the challenges that you face dealing with government
definitely. Now I'm going to come
agencies?
down to the challenges. First of all, there's a very relaxed environment in the government sector. Everybody's
No
just so
sense of
relaxed.
urgency.
Yeah, definitely. There's so much of relaxation, and
Okay.
you know, people enjoy their work. That's a good part. But due to the relaxed environment, sometimes some small tasks take a longer amount of time to finish. That's one of the complexity, I believe. I think it's that's the feeling of the country. I wouldn't really point it out. Apart from that. Well, citizens are not very effectively using the technology as of
Okay.
now. The methodologies that are going from some time before this project were such that even for a small message to be delivered from one office to the other, which might be across the road, there will be a paperwork done.
Yeah,
There
we'll
will
write
be-
memos.
There will be
And
there will be
people have to
there
sign.
will be a
say,
letter drafted, and that letter will be posted across the post office, and then it will be delivered to the other government agency or the office
next
and,
door.
and then it will still not be delivered to the desired personnel. It will arrive at the reception. The receptionist will collect all those letters. Those letters will be then sitting at the CEO's desk or maybe the IT manager's desk for some time before it reach the actual person. So those are some of the old methodologies that people still trust. They don't really have that belief. They don't really have that trust on the IT technology. They sometimes feel that it might fail. The message might not go across.
Might not go across.
So we need to change that mindset. We need to change that thinking. So things are
Maybe
going.
let me just follow. How can we change that mindset? Because it's been around with us for ages. Or as a technology person, not even from IPMC per se, like as a technology person, how can those things be changed?
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's not that I'd say that things are not into place from a very long time. They are in place, but the point is they're not being used effectively.
Okay.
The things are in place and they are being improved over the time period, and we are also making some effort to improve it further, but they're not effectively used because there's a sense of change that needs to be accepted in the industry. Whenever there's a change, there is a process of approval in the industry. So parallelly with the process of approval comes the stakeholders. So everybody is having that notion in their head that their data might get leaked. There's no security of data, so everybody fears for their data being leaked. So because of those stakeholders, the approval process comes into play, and it takes a longer period of time for any change to get approved. So it's the change that actually takes time to get accepted. So now things are changing with time, and I'm happy to say that with the progress being made on this huge project, there are a lot of things that have changed over the course of time.
All right, you can join us through our text lines, WhatsApp, SMS, and on Facebook, Channel D. Our line is 050-5255-930. You can send us SMS. Mr. Prabhdeep Narank will answer all your questions. We'll go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue with him.
Protect your business with corporate antivirus solutions and anti-spam. Take control of your internet with Blue Coat Bandwidth Management from IPMC. Server virtualization helps you distribute workload on a single server, thereby reducing procurement and management costs. Use accounting solutions and ERP systems to reduce complexity of your business.
IPMC is a reliable supplier for IT products and systems. Unified communication systems, document management systems, IT security and other solutions from the world's leading IT companies. Call on IPMC to buy your IT products and automate your business. IPMC, bring you good after-sales support on your IT products.
Welcome back to the e-governance platform. And Mr. Prabhdeep says there's hope, things are changing. So you can, the next time you go to the ministries, any public to transact business, you'll be sure that your letters will be delivered on time through technology, emails and the other things that, yeah, you've mentioned one technical word twice, virtualization. What is it about?
Yeah, definitely. I really want to explain that in detail, and also want to cover some more points that can better let the public of Ghana, the citizens of Ghana, understand how the technology is progressing in the government data center. So for that purpose, I've prepared a special slide, and like this document to be presented in front of the public so that they know how the technology looks like.
Okay, so you can take us through.
Definitely.
That. Okay.
All right, so I'll start up with this.
So maybe before you go into the presentation, can you just tell us briefly what role is IPMC playing in the data centers that the government of Ghana is setting up as part of the e-governance process?
IPMC is one of the key players in setting up the data center. It primarily is responsible for setting up the entire hardware with the Microsoft platform ready for the office automation system for the government of Ghana. Apart from that, it has set up e-health data centers in 3 parts of the country. All right, and well, it has played a vital role in deploying all the Microsoft solutions and helping the other key vendors come in with their own set of solutions, helping the government platform to grow, and then providing them with all the servers, storage, what all they require basically to set up their applications. So basically, in a nutshell, we did our job by providing the hardware, by setting up major solution, high availability clustering, which means like if something goes down, the other thing comes up. The layman will think it like there's no downtime. If you're opening Facebook, you never experience it going down, or you see it on the page that the content is not displayed. It is because the data center of Facebook have highly redundant servers. Even if one machine goes down, nobody comes to know about it because the services are running. So that's what we've done. We've made the services highly available so that the common man or the government official who's working on those platforms does not even come to know about the downtime. So we've set up all of that. So basically that's all.
Excellent. So you now take us through.
Definitely, it's a lengthy slide, so I'd like to cover it really quickly with you guys.
Our viewers are interested. So
great.
You can still join us through our text lines and Facebook, Channel D on Facebook, and our WhatsApp and SMS 050-5255-930.
Alright, so that's the summary what we've done so far. The workspace project delivered by IPMC is deployed for 102 agencies of government, the ministries, departments and agencies, which are also called as MDAs, the public sector organization, beginning with the 13 pilot key MDAs that includes the Ministry of Communication, Trade, Judicial Services, Public Services, Ghana Police, Ghana Armed Forces, GIPC, GRA Revenue Authority, UPSA Professional Studies, Lands Commission, NITA, PRAD, and the Office of the President. So those are the key MDAs we started with and have successfully deployed all the solutions. Well, the project delivered by IPMC have transformed the ICT governance by providing a suite of solutions comprising of correspondence management or tracking system, SharePoint portal, the content management system, document meeting management system, the unified communication system, monitoring and help desk system. I'm sure most of the guys or citizens of Ghana who are not really techie, they might not understand the technical words.
Yeah,
so I'm definitely going to go a bit down on the technicalities of this slide and try as much as possible to speak up in a language which is easily understood by the layman.
Exactly so.
All right.
We appreciate that.
Thank you. All right. So moving forward, that's the agenda for today. And quickly moving ahead. So the expectations that are met by the system. A secure electronic system with all necessary security measures. Able to facilitate a complete paperless working environment. Flexible and ease of use by intended users. Able to track decision status and actions taken on such decisions. A system that automates submission, processing and approval of letters, memos, etc. I hope that's all easily understood by a common man. So all those things have been deployed already. Provide ability to conduct meeting and track action status of meetings held. Alright, the eWorkspace solution is a web-based, integrated and collaborative hardware and software source for a collaborative working environment. The solution comprises unified communications. Now I'm gonna speak a bit about it. Well, when we talk about unified communications, that's a set of solutions that are deployed for the government that helps them to list all the active users or employees, as you can say, that are working in the government organization.
Okay.
And to manage that, there's a big technology from Microsoft and a set of solutions to support that. It's called the Active Directory.
Okay.
And the server that hosts the Active Directory is called the Domain Controller.
Okay.
All right, so I'm sure people will now relate to it. That it contains all the users, basically. All the users that are there in the government agencies. They're all fed here, one by one. And then, with the help of the Active Directory, we have a messaging solution. And the a good example of messaging solution is the email system.
Email system.
Yahoo, Gmail, that's all examples of email system. And one big example is Exchange. So we deployed Exchange for the government to help them use emails. All right. Link. I have a special person from my company today, especially talking about Link.
Okay.
So we will introduce him shortly.
Yes, sure.
All right. So he knows a lot about Link, and to brief it up, I would just say it just helps people communicate with each other.
Okay.
You're sitting at one desk or one cubicle, and your colleague sits like 3 cubicles
Away
side
from
you.
you.
So in order to communicate, what will you do? If you need to send him just a short message, hello, are you available for lunch? What would you say? What would you send him an email, or you just walk across his desk and talk to him?
Shout at him.
But even to ease that, there's something called Link.
Okay.
You use this communicator so easily and just send messages across. And this communication can go across the same office, across multiple offices, across countries as well.
As long as the users are hosted in the same.
Yes, definitely. They're part of the same organization.
Okay.
Then comes the portal management that actually helps us with the meeting management. It's we have helped another vendor to step in and deploy this prestigious application into our service. And for them to do it, they require a specific set of hardware, storage, networking, all those things, and we help them across set up all these things.
So like this particular, the portal management system for the purpose of
Meetings.
Meetings, okay.
So, if
So,
you
so
want-
is any of these systems being actively used now?
definitely, I'm going to come on that as well. But to
Okay.
brief it up, I would just say that across the 13 MDAs I've just mentioned, they're all going to get live one by one. 2 are already live,
Okay.
and by live, I mean that they have started using everything
Okay.
that I'm going to describe here in the slide. Then comes SharePoint, part of the intranet, but I'm going to describe it later on. Then third major deployment is the correspondence management, and these are some of the key vendors that came up and deployed their set of applications with us. All right, now the main thing, I'm sure users or citizens of Ghana are going to be really interested in this one, because this takes you deep down into what's happening under the hood,
Okay.
and how the servers are working, how that high availability works. I've taken the actual screenshots from the live
System.
from
Okay.
the live production
In the
systems and
environment.
brought them here specially to show the public how the systems look like, how the virtualization actually works. What viewers are seeing here are all servers, they're all hardware, and each name denotes a separate server, but it's
Okay.
actually a virtual machine. I'm going to explain that in a short while as well. So this is how the server looks like, and just to remember the name is Hyper-V. It's a technology from Microsoft. All right, and going further on high availability, we combine it with something called failover clustering.
Okay.
I'm going to explain it in a total layman language. We have 2 boxes that hosts some set of applications that are being used by everyone.
Okay.
Now those 2 boxes are configured in such a manner that if one box goes down, the other box helps all those services to stabilize and fail over into that box and still be running. So in short, nothing goes down.
Nothing goes down.
Nothing goes down.
So you just see some slow process, things slow down.
Nothing slows down.
Okay.
Everything is just smooth because you've designed it in such a manner that even one box can hold the servers
That's
from both.
From both. Okay.
You've taken 2 highly configured servers, and then you've managed to configure them in such a way that if the services from one box goes down, the other one takes it from them.
Excellent.
So that's what is known as failover clustering, and it looks like this. You can see all the services is running. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I've already given a brief on the Active Directory, and just to give some more explanation on it, the entire government project has a backbone. That backbone is Active Directory. It is used for user authentication.
Okay.
All right, for any service that is deployed on Microsoft platform, that includes SharePoint, portal systems, and your email systems, and your link communication. Each user has an identity attached to it,
Okay.
and each user has his own password to authenticate. All that information with some more information is stored in Active Directory,
About the user.
all the users.
Okay.
And it is such huge that it needs to be secured in a decent manner. This is the design of the Active Directory. We have a single forest design called eworkspace.gov.gh, and those are the containers, and the computer is actually a user that goes to this route to authenticate. Let's move forward a bit, and this is how the Active Directory looks like.
Okay.
So as you can see, all those names of the 12 MDAs I spoke about
Yeah.
are listed here, and then in each one of them we have some folders. I'm sure most of the citizens have laptops or desktops.
Okay.
They are a bit technology friendly. Even nowadays everybody has a smartphone. So we all know what a folder is, how to create a new folder, you know, put files in that folder, copy it, paste it. Similarly, these folders are called the organizational units of the Active Directory, and all the users are placed under these folders for each MDA. So that's the domain level design. Alright, so talking more about the child domains and the MDA organizational unit, these are the 12 MDAs that we have constructed so far. The system can support the complete infrastructure of 26 MDAs and 102 agencies.
Okay.
So far these are all set to be live any day from today. So till now there are 2 agencies. One is the Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, which has gone live for now, and the upcoming one is Lands Commission or Judicial Services anytime from now. Okay. Alright, coming over to the mail system, how the emails are flowing into the servers. Let us explain that to the citizens. The highly redundant mail service with database availability groups set up to have smooth flow of emails in the organization. The servers use the power of virtualization and VHDX disks technology to perform better. Alright. Well, till now I haven't answered your question about virtualization, and I'm sure people are quite...
I was going to go into that. In fact, we're actually having what I'll call IT 101 lecture today.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure people might be really interested in learning more about IT today. Well, I'm gonna break it down in layman's language so that everybody clearly understand what virtualization actually means. In today's term, you know, when the concerns of going green comes into play, we are so much concerned about our natural resources, you know, conservation of resources, and now that globalization has taken its space, all the citizens of each country have their responsibility towards Mother Nature. So IT came up with something called virtualization. It's an amazing technology. It's not introduced today or yesterday. It has been there for more than a decade. And what it actually does is, it saves power, it saves resources, it consolidates the energy that is being used in the data center. Earlier there used to be 10s, 50s, hundreds of servers lying in one data center. So what does that mean? All those servers...
More power, more resources.
Exactly. More power, more resources.
When power goes out, you buy fuel, more cost to the organization.
Exactly. You buy more power, you buy more ACs. For data center, the servers, they can't go off. You need to buy more AC. You need to have proper cooling in the data center. So more server means more power, more consumption, resources going down. So virtualization comes into play. You deploy virtualization on a set of servers in such a manner that 50 servers can be consolidated into 10 or even 5 by using the power of virtualization. So what does that mean? Like yesterday I had 50 servers in my data center. Today I can see only 10. So where does the rest go? They're all in those 10.
And you have the same performance and
everything
output.
Is the same. With today's cutting edge technology, the servers that are being built are so high end that they can fulfill the CPU, RAM, and the hard disk can be always done by a separate storage. So all these requirements are being met by using one server that was earlier met by 5 or 10 servers. So you spend less amount of money on buying less servers, and it's being more effectively used.
The cost and expertise of configuring the virtual servers does not come close to buying the 50 servers. Is that what you mean?
Definitely.
Okay. All right. We'll go for a short break. at this point. When we come back, we'll continue with our discussion.
Thank you.
Protect your business with corporate antivirus solutions and anti-spam. Take control of your internet with Blue Coat Bandwidth Management from IPMC. Server virtualization helps you distribute workload on a single server, thereby reducing procurement and management costs. Use accounting solutions and ERP systems to reduce complexity of your business.
IPMC is a reliable supplier for IT products and systems. Unified communication systems, document management systems, IT security and other solutions from the world's leading IT companies. Call on IPMC to buy your IT products and automate your business. IPMC, bring you good after-sales support on your IT products.
Welcome back to the Egovernance platform. We're having an interesting discussion. Myself, I can see myself back in the classroom of IT under Professor Prabhdeep Narang. Before we went for the break, you were talking about the virtualization and how it works.
So I was telling about virtualization and how effective it is in today's time to be deployed in data centers. And we've used the same technology in the government data center as well. And one of the major benefits that virtualization today offers is consolidates all the hardware.
Okay.
And it uses effectively all the resources. All right. Those are the two major benefits. And apart from that, in today's time, there are so many vendors in the market with so much of competition. And for big companies, even government data center, there are so many vendors that keep coming in to lock their own brand name in the data center.
We can do this for you, we can do this, we can provide this.
And in today's market, if some technology tries to enter the data center, they deploy the solution in such a manner that it wouldn't be easy for you to go with another vendor.
They are closed
for a very long time.
They are closed.
So it's called vendor lock-in. So they try to lock you in with their own brand name. But when you're using virtualization, it's so flexible that you can use all the vendors in one platform with virtualization. So that's one of the major benefits it offers as well. All right. Well, we have this big diagram in front of us, and people might be wondering what this is all about. How the mail flows from one end to the other and reaches the destination in a very secured manner. So I was explaining this with the help of virtualization. We have all the servers intact. All these boxes that you can see in blue are all virtual servers that have been deployed. So the mail goes from here to a firewall. A firewall is a secure device that does not let hackers from outside, try to intrude. Then the firewall takes it to the demilitarized network. The demilitarized network is another secured layer that even a hacker tries to bypass this, he will not be able to reach this network because it's in a totally different zone. Then passing here, you have your LAN network, which is highly secured with these servers in place, and then is when it reaches the end user. So that is the route the mail follows before it gets delivered to the end user. Mails flow from internet, reaches the cache servers present in the demilitarized network after passing through the firewall and are delivered to the respective mailboxes in the mailbox database servers.
Excellent.
All right. Alright, these are some of the tools that are inside the server. Might be fascinating to just have a look at, so thought I just put some shots of it in my slide. And well, database failover cluster, so you'll see this cluster word all the time. By cluster we mean that it's a very high available solution, so there's no way it can go down. Well, this is how the inventory looks like. So when we have logged in with the admin credentials in the console, the web console, we see all these options inside the Exchange server to effectively manage all the mailboxes. You know, some users, they need to be given some special permissions, they need to be activated forwarding. Everything can be done through this, and with everything comes approval. So there has to be approval process, which goes from an employee to his manager, from his manager to the IT admin, and that is when the task is performed. So everything is processed. Alright, so this is for the end user. When they type in the URL, this is what they see for the username and password, and when they type in the username password, they just see their emails. Alright, this is a great feature from Microsoft as well called Link, and as I promised with you, I have a special guest here with me from my company who is actually a specialist on Link. He's going to talk more about it, so I'm going to save it for it. Alright. Alright, SharePoint portal. I'll just describe it in a nutshell. Earlier, what used to happen is people used to maintain notice boards. As I mentioned earlier, the concept of posting letters. There is a still ongoing concept of notice boards. People
pasting
like
of papers.
Pasting of papers on the notice board. They like it so much.
Somebody comes and flips it and removes it.
And people like it so much. Like everybody forms a queue, and you know, they keep reading the notice board every day on and off just to see what's going on. To explain it in technical terms and to advancement, with the advancement of technology, this has been changed or transformed into what is called portal. So we have offered this technology with the set of other solutions deployed on the eWorkspace project. It's called the SharePoint 2013 portal. It's an intranet portal that not only let users post notices, apart from that, they can also post their documents. It's kind of a document sharing portal, and it has lots of other features to offer. So in short, it has simplified the physical activities.
Okay.
Well, it has provided the intranet portal to 102 MDAs. The three user interface templates are created, which are for the ministries, department, agencies, and presidency. That means that there's it has an option to be customized. The team who works on it actually can customize it based on the user's requirement. If a user wants some options to be included, they can do it. So based on these three departments, which is ministry, the agencies, and the presidency, there are three different kinds of templates that are formed for this set of solution. Alright, it facilitates management of meetings and sharing of related information, track outcomes and action points related to meetings, electronic document management and collaboration, inter-MDA document sharing, promote best practices for information publication and management. Alright.
So this issue of we are trying to conduct some investigation. Somebody say, okay, the file is missing and all those issues. I believe with this type of systems,
definitely
we will not be looking for files and cannot find them.
Also,
or will not ask for 2 weeks to locate a particular file.
Definitely. And one of the major concern, I would say, comes about security as well. That is one of the major
I was going to go into that, because one of the main issues or the reasons people are signed for not using these systems to the full is the fear of their privacy being compromised.
Definitely. So I want to clarify that part, that the security is intact and everything is fully secured with permissions assigned to each department.
Okay.
So the users actually know that their documents are only going to be shared if they intend to share it.
Okay.
And there's an option to do that. Everywhere they will find an option to share or not to share the documents. So, and it's highly secured at the end of the day. This is how one of the home page looks like. So you can see there are so many options here, and everything has been created by our software team at IPMC. They have customized it in a manner so that it becomes more user friendly. All right. Then comes the meeting management system, which we've already spoken about. It contains all these things: manage meetings, add meetings, agendas before the meeting, view meeting calendar, view meeting attributes, basically all about meeting. All right, there's a system to do that.
So if you are going for a meeting that we're expecting like 300 people, we don't print.
Definitely. Definitely. And this is how the calendar looks like. The current month meetings, they're all bookmarked here,
Okay.
and the upcoming meetings are all here, and this is the agenda for all the meetings. So as you can see here, this is how this powerful set of tools look like.
This, before you move, this is for the government of Ghana.
Definitely.
Okay. I will be glad to be seeing my type of face. Yeah.
Definitely, we are going to change that
Okay.
for you.
All right.
All right. Then comes the document management system. In today's time, in a huge corporation, we require managing all the documents in such a manner that they are highly secured, they are backed up on time, and we do not lose them. So for that, a set of applications are deployed for the government of Ghana to effectively manage their documents. So what does it contain? It contains document repositories, metadata, document approval workflow for single step approvals. There's a version control for document revision, co-authoring, one of the major things.
You can share the document.
Definitely. The search of documents is far more easier than the conventional methods. Document sharing with other MDAs becomes very easy.
So that's across
the different MDAs.
Different MDAs.
Access to document collaboration area. Integration with correspondence management system and branch level document access. And this is how the page
looks like. Unfortunately, my producer just signaled me we are running out of time before your colleague comes in. Maybe you could just summarize your main points.
All right. Just to summarize it all, I would say it's a huge step towards the progress of ICT
in the governance process,
e-government sector.
Okay.
And it has taken a huge leap forward after these set of solutions come into play. It will efficiently help the citizens of Ghana to communicate with the government of Ghana.
Okay.
So it has bridged the gap.
Excellent. So the e-governance process, with the role IPMC has played as a major technology service provider, is bridging the gap between you and your government.
Definitely.
It's been nice having you. I think you will have to come back. So we arrange that as we move. We are going for a short, but when we come back, the link man will take us through. Thank you.